Okay, so a lot of times I have really vivid dreams, and I have almost like warning dreams. And I just want to talk to you about some of the lessons I learned in my dreams. And it seemed to happen in the dream, and I was thrust into a situation where I had to solve that situation and figure it out, or wake up panicking, out of breath, trying to figure it out. And it affected me so much that I sit down and I wrote all these things out that, and I think it was like a forewarning of things I need to get straightened out and fixed before shit hits the fan. So the first thing I realized, and this is for America in general, not just for my family, but it could be for my family too, is we're not ready for a surprise attack. The enemy gets to do the first punch. And a good example to that is, you're at your home doing whatever, someone pulls up delivering a package, and it's not really, you know, Amazon, or it's not really FedEx or whatever. It's someone in a FedEx truck dressed like a FedEx, but they're there to rob you. So that is a surprise attack. And another surprise attack for America, I mean, there's so many different ways, but I don't think America is ready for a surprise attack. I mean, just obviously, we put our aircraft on top of the ground, our F 22s, our newest fighters are just on a tarmac out in the open or in a hangar, which is not bomb proof. So, it's just a shit show when it comes to surprise attack. And we have to be able to sustain that first surprise attack or be ready for it and try to identify it and maybe even fight it before it happens. The second thing is we don't have enough firepower for large groups of people that are organized. A good example is these people come over the border and they're military age males. They've gotten armed up. They're out practicing somewhere. I mean, even like my little homestead, me, my wife, maybe my son-in-law and stuff here, and my kids, still a 20 to 5 ratio of armed, young, military age males that are trained, that knows how to shoot and move. We're going to be taken down pretty hard, and especially to a family that's not even knows how to handle a firearm or anything like that, doesn't even understand tactics or how to slow or stop an enemy aggression. They're going to be taken down quickly. A 20 to 1 ratio is easy. A 5 to 1 ratio is easy. Someone that's trained, that's coming at you, that's intent on, stealing, killing, taking your shit. So we don't have enough firepower for that. I mean, we as citizens, we can't have automatic weapons. We can't have grenades. We can't have things that would actually stop their ass. They can have it because they're willing and given illegal weapons. So whether it's a numerical advantage or a weapon advantage, we're at a big disadvantage as a law-abiding citizen. Number 3, we are very vulnerable to an air attack. Very. When you say air attack, you go, what do you mean by air attack? What I mean is someone can go down and rent an aircraft at the local airport. 9/11, baby. Fly it right into a building, tear up a lot of shit. We still can't stop that. We can't stop someone renting a 152, packing it with explosives, and flying it into a building at 50 feet off the ground. I mean, we can't stop that. We can't stop drones. Even over our bases. We got enemy drones flying over top of F-22 bases, and at any time they can just kamikaze right into the F-22, and now we don't have a fighter. So we're very vulnerable to air attack. And I dreamed this. I dreamed all these scenarios that I'm talking about right now. Number 4, we don't have enough supplies ready to be dispersed. Supplies in vulnerable areas ready to be dispersed. What does that mean? That means we have not. Now, FEMA does pre-stage, and I know here in Florida they're really good at it. And I'd had this dream before all the hurricanes, so maybe that was part of it. But Florida, I had spoken to my local sheriff. I said, what supplies do you have on hand to shelter people if they lose their homes, to give people water if they don't have water, and to maybe give them a couple days of food. And he said, I'm working on that. And when the hurricanes came, man, less than 12 hours after the wind stopped blowing, they had pallets of water, food, and tarps available. So yeah, maybe they got that worked out. But does your area have supplies pre-staged, ready to go if things go sideways? Number 5, the unknown direction of the attack. You always think it'll be a red dawn where you look up, you see paratroopers falling or whatever coming out. But really, is it going to be that? Or could it be someone as simple as your FedEx driver dressed as FedEx, and he opens up the back, 5 guys get out, and they're all dressed in kit, and they're taking you down? Could it be those people that have been pouring over our border, the 11 million people that's been pouring over our border for a long time, get the order to march and to attack? Or could it be an ICBM hitting one of the Navy bases close, or whatever? Where it's hard to know where it's coming from, so therefore it's hard to prepare. Number 6, does your home have easy walk-up access? I mean, can someone just walk up and climb through your window? Do you have dogs that it's going to bark or catch them? Do you have fences, gates? I mean, easy walk-up access. In the middle of the night, just walk right up, bust out your window, climb in, and you're done. So I dreamed about, someone just walking up and looking into my windows, and it just stood the hair up on the back of my neck, and I had to make some changes. Number 9, alternative fighting positions and caches besides your home. Everybody says, well, I'm going to barricade in my home and I'm going to fight those bastards if they show up here. That works until they throw a Molotov cocktail through one of the windows and it's on fire. Do you have an alternate fighting position where you can squirt out of your home, get in that fighting position, and have a better chance of survival or a better chance of defending your home? Think it through. Number 10, local law enforcement are not capable to protect citizens from outside or coordinated attacks. Yeah. The local law enforcement are good people. They're trained, and they're capable, but they are not capable of handling a small infantry unit that is coordinated and hits them by surprise. Good example is, make a call. They can make a simple call out to a location, and they could call in a fire or shooting, and here comes 2 or 3 cars. And when they pull up, of course, they've done it all over the country. They ambush them, and now half the law enforcement of that county is wiped out. And so now this cartel or these illegals or whoever the hell, the foreign country or Iranians or whoever the bad people are, can now just do what they want to in the county. Yeah, other counties will come to the assistance, but if this unit is organized and prepared and has overwhelming firepower, then all they're doing is coming to a slaughter too. So we're not ready for that. We don't even train for that. We're not even at the local level paranoid enough for that. They tell me that I am crazy when I bring up, are you ready for the cartel to come in here and wage a war in your county? What would you do? What would you do if you had an organized gang that attacked you? How would you operate? They have no clue. Number 11. Just to survive can be winning. You don't always have to be living large to be winning. I remember in the military that if you survive the mission, you're winning. If you're going home to see your family at night, you're winning. So remember, you don't always have to be some kind of great, drinking from your enemy's skulls to be a winner. Number 12. In my dreams, I needed more positions and more early warning. What does that mean? I need to know if someone is driving up on my property. I need some kind of warning process that will let me know. Well, my dog does a pretty good job. He barks and raises hell, but I need something other than him. You always need, two is one, one is nothing. So you need other ways to detect someone coming onto your property. The bottom line in all this, and that's pretty much what some of the crazy dreams that I've had. I know that we're not ready for a global war. We're certainly not ready for a nuclear war. If you look up on the horizon, you have some kind of big mushroom cloud, big fire mushroom cloud. That's going to be a hard one. The other thing we're not ready for, and if you want to know you're ready for it, is to be without electricity. Americans are addicted to electricity. If you want to test yourself, go around to your meter box and shut off the main breaker for 1 week. Well, we kind of did that here during the hurricane. And every time there were 3 hurricanes come through, and every time we learned something new. And I'm going to make another video of the lessons learned during that hurricane. But we learned a new way, a better way to live without electricity every time. And in a way, those hurricanes were blessings, even though they tore up a lot of shit. They were blessings, and they hurt a lot of people. But in every time you have a difficulty, you do learn. So we're not ready for no electricity for sure. So those are some things, if you know you're not ready for it, then those are some things you need to try to mitigate and try to learn to live without if you had to. Now, I don't want to have to, but if I do have to, I don't want to die because I just couldn't handle it or wasn't prepared. I don't want to be the kind of person that says, oh, well, if electricity goes off, I just can't handle it. I have an air conditioner. Just kill me first. I don't want to be like that. I want to go, well, it ain't no big deal. Air conditioner is just a comfort. Hot water is a comfort. Eating seafood is a comfort. Sleeping in a nice, warm, cushioned bed is a comfort. Having a nice Jeep like this is a comfort. These are comforts that we can live without if we had to. If we're in survival mode, none of this shit matters if you're in survival mode. All that matters is you take the next breath, you live the next second, the next minute, the next hour, the next day, the next week, the next month, and the next year. And your family and loved ones do the same. And you help and make sure they do. So, good talk. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope this helps somebody out there. And I want you guys to go out and make yourself, your family, and your fellow warrior better.